Guys, what's up? Welcome back to this week's episode of Close by Mo. This very special episode where I'm actually standing instead of sitting because I have been having some back problems for the last couple of weeks and I figured standing would definitely be a little bit more helpful. This week's video is going to be a lot of fun because I feel like I'm indirectly speaking to a few of my clients. But before we jump into any of that, please, if you are enjoying this content, guys, drop a like, drop a subscribe, share this with someone, dislike it. Everything helps with the algorithm. So if you could leave a comment or whatever it is, that would be really, really appreciated. Thank you so much for that. This week's video is going to be talking more about the 4 ways that overpricing your home can hurt you in the long run. Yes, I totally understand that homeowners think their home price is worth a lot more than it actually is, but keep watching to find out why overpricing your home will actually hurt you in the long run. Look, I get it. You love your home. That's where you grew up. That's where your kids are growing up. You put a lot of time, energy, money, sweat equity into it. That's why you think it's worth, millions and millions of dollars. I totally understand that. But guess what? You're not the only person that gets to decide the value of your home. It's actually the market that decides. And the market has 2 components, buyers and sellers. 50% of the market will decide what the actual value of your home is. It's not just up to you. Now, the couple of reasons how overpricing your home will actually hurt you in the long term starts off with the fact that you're just going to stand out. And no, I don't mean in a good way. You're going to stand out because whenever buyers are researching into a particular, house or home type and in a particular neighborhood or location, they already have a bit of an idea in terms of what they could expect for a price range. So if you've done a little bit of research, for example, and you know that a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in a particular neighborhood is going for around $500,000, when you suddenly see a very similar, comp going for $700,000 for no reason, you're gonna start asking questions like, I wonder why this is priced so high, and is the seller being arrogant or they just don't know any better? Is the listing agent just being foolish and they don't know any better? These are all the different questions that any buyer is typically going to start asking whenever they see that you've overpriced your home out of the market. Now, the second point in terms of how overpricing will definitely hurt you in the long term is related to the first point, in the sense that you're going to be missing out on potential buyers. Now, what I mean by that is today's smart buyer, they understand that for a particular neighborhood, for a particular home type, there's a rough range of pricing that they should particularly expect. So they're going to adjust their search criteria, their search filter to that price point. What I mean by that is if you have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, and 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom homes in your neighborhood are going for $500,000, the smart buyer is going to start adjusting their budget and search criteria in the MLS or in the Zillow, whatever they're using, to only show them homes that are within that price range. So if you're going to be listing your house at, let's say, 600, 500, 700,000, for example, you're automatically excluding yourself from that buyer group that's a little bit more down to earth and more realistic about what they're willing to pay for your type of home in your neighborhood. Now, the third point sort of goes without saying in terms of why overpricing your home is going to hurt you, but the higher you overprice your home, the longer it's going to stay on the market. The longer it stays on the market, even longer, or actually it's more likely that it'll stay even longer on the market, excuse me. And what I mean by that is it's self-perpetuating cycle. The more time the more time a house sits on the market, the more buyers will think that something's wrong with it, and the more they'll avoid it, thus leading to it staying on the market for even longer, and the cycle repeats, so on and so forth. Now, the fourth point when it comes to how overpricing your home can hurt you in the long term is buyers are just going to be turned off by it. Let's say, for example, you totally forget about all the 3 points that I just spoke about, and you say, hey, you know what? We got an offer accepted at a price point that's much higher than what the average comp is. The buyers that are going into that, let's say if they were to be making an emotional decision, if they're going into that with the mindset of, hey, the seller has already pressed me or squeezed me on the offer price, they're going to be less likely to be open to negotiating on any terms that you might have later on down the line. So for example, if you say, hey, I need to have a flexible closing date, or I need the buyers to be flexible with X, Y, and Z, don't be so surprised if the buyers aren't going to be super excited to do something like that for you. With that, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I know I had a lot of fun making it. If you're liking the content so far, drop a like, drop a subscribe. It really helps with the channel. I'll see you guys next week.